Right now at noon, the Madison School District has announced its plans for the second semester. And House Democrats are set to introduce articles of impeachment against the president.
This is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in on this Friday. Madison students will continue with virtual learning for the start of the second semester. The Madison Metropolitan School District sent out a statement this morning announcing the decision to remain all virtual. There are plans in place to bring students back in a phased approach once conditions improve. MMSD will bring a group of students back into the classroom every 2 weeks, starting with the youngest grades. Madison Teachers Union says they support the decision to remain virtual. The organization says, building on the hard work done by students, staff, and families while working virtual over these past months, we will continue collaborating with the district and families while also elevating the voices of those who will be directly engaged in supporting students' academic and social emotional needs. District leaders will hold a news conference at 1 o'clock this afternoon to further discuss the decision. We'll be streaming that live on channel3000.com. Within the last half hour, 3 House Democrats are planning on introducing articles of impeachment against President Trump on Monday. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and others are calling on the president's cabinet to invoke the 25th Amendment and remove Trump from office, or else the House may begin impeachment proceedings. But Trump administration officials are pushing back.
There's a long way to go to meet the constitutional requirement.
This is urgent. This is emergency of the highest magnitude.
This morning, the president sent his first tweet since Wednesday. He did not address the death of the Capitol police officer. Instead, he wrote that the 75 million great American patriots who voted for him will have a giant voice long into the future. Prosecutors in the U.S. Attorney's Office is opening a federal murder investigation into the death of a U.S. Capitol police officer who died from injuries he sustained during the riots at the Capitol. Brian Sicknick, a 12-year veteran of the force, was injured when a mob of President Trump's supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol on Wednesday. After Sicknick was injured, he returned to his division office and collapsed. He was taken to the hospital where he died from his injuries. Sicknick is the 5th person now to die as a result of the insurrection. The FBI Washington field office has tweeted a bulletin seeking help identifying 10 individuals who the agency said made unlawful entry into the Capitol on Wednesday. They're also looking for the person or persons responsible for placing pipe bombs outside the Democratic and Republican National Committee offices on Wednesday. It's offering up to $50,000 for information on the suspect. So far, 13 Trump administration officials have resigned following Trump supporters storming the nation's Capitol on Wednesday. Sources say other White House officials are also considering resigning, including White House counsel Pat Cipollone. President Trump says that he will not attend President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration on January 20th. He'll be the first incumbent president since Andrew Johnson to skip his successor's inauguration. In a tweet today, Trump said, "To all of those who have asked, I will not be going to the inauguration on January 20th. Trump offered no clues for how he would spend his final hours in office. Biden will become president at noon on the 20th, regardless of Trump's plans. Georgia's top elections official, that is, said he intends to certify the results of the runoffs that will tip the balance of power to the Senate to the Democrats by January 20th. Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger would not commit to completing the task before Joe Biden is inaugurated, but must do so by the January 22nd deadline. Georgians on Tuesday elected Democrats John Ossoff and the Reverend Raphael Warnock to the Senate, giving their party control of both chambers of Congress and the White House for the first time in a decade. A cloudy and calm weekend. Meteorologist Chris Reese has a look at your first warning forecast. Hi, Chris.
Hello. Yeah, we've woken up to the clouds out there this morning, Mark, and they're sticking around for us, as you said, into the weekend. We've been in this stretch where we've seen only one day of true sunshine so far this year, since January 1st has started. What we've seen less of today, however, is the fog. We've seen more clearing in terms of visibility, but still we do have those clouds overhead. 28 our temperature right now. Wind still out of the north and east at 6 miles per hour coming off of Lake Michigan. A couple spots in the 30s. Most of us are into the 20s. Janesville is at 32. One of the things you may have noticed if you were on your phone, maybe the Channel 3000 weather app, looking at radar earlier today, is that there were some lake effect snow showers showers, mainly over eastern portions of the area. Some of those are persisting, but no real impact is expected out of those. Still, we're generally quiet across the upper Midwest, a system to the west, a system down towards the south and east. Mark, I'm expecting us to stay quiet as we go through the rest of this weekend, but there could be some changes by the time we get you towards the later part of next week that bring more chances for precipitation around here.
All right, it is January after
Yes, it
all.
is.
All right, Chris, thank you. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, President-elect Joe Biden says he will change how COVID-19 vaccines are distributed to Americans. We'll tell you how coming up next at noon.
It's your last chance for Furniture and Appliance Mart's New Year's appliance deals. Save huge on top brand appliances, including top brand doorbusters like these. Plus, no interest for 18 months and quick ship delivery at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
At Menards, we know how important it is to be comfortable in your home. Upgrade now with comfy interior furniture, and you'll get a free area rug. That's right, get a free 5x7 rug valued at $149.99 with the purchase of any upholstered living room furniture at $299 or more. Find the perfect furniture to fit any decor. From love seats to sofas, sectionals, and recliners. Menards has what you need to start relaxing now. Plus, get a free rug.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
At GHC, we want you to be safer at home. We have more ways for you to get care anywhere, anytime, day or night. Be seen, be safe, be home. We will get through this together, and we will all get better together.
If you're injured in a serious accident, the insurance company is not your friend. Don't accept a low-ball offer. Make the call to a fighter, a winner, a serious law firm with the knowledge and experience to know what your case is really worth, and the resources to go after every dollar you deserve. To win your case, you may have only one opportunity for justice. Call Hupy and Abraham. Tell them you mean business.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Pick and Save, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
It's your last chance for the Ashley Home Store New Year's sale. Shop exclusive deals through Tuesday only, including doorbusters available for immediate pickup and delivery, plus interest-free financing for 5 years, and a bonus 5% discount off our sale prices. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Well, President-elect Joe Biden will be taking a new direction to speed the release of the coronavirus vaccines when he assumes office on January 20th. His office said today Biden will curtail the current practice of holding back vaccine doses to guarantee that people who get their first shot can also get a required second inoculation 3 weeks later. Under the Trump administration's approach, the government has been holding back a supply of vaccines to guarantee that people can get a second shot, which provides maximum protection against COVID-19. So far, nearly 111,000 vaccinations have been administered in Wisconsin. A new study suggests that Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine is effective against new coronavirus strains. 2 new strains considered more contagious were first identified in South Africa and the UK. Researchers at Pfizer and the University of Texas Medical Branch used a mutation found in both strains to create a version of the virus. They tested it against blood from 20 people who had received 2 doses of the vaccine as part of the clinical trial. Researchers found no reduction in neutralization activity. Wisconsin has nearly 500,000 lifetime COVID-19 cases. Right now, there are 498,839 confirmed lifetime cases in the state. That includes 5,177 deaths from COVID complications. Currently, there are nearly 29,000 active COVID cases in Wisconsin. There's more to come at noon. Up next, a seasonable end to the work week. So what's in store for the weekend? Meteorologist Chris Reese has more ahead in your First Warn forecast.
Spread holiday cheer and save more than ever at the Century House. Right now, give $50 or more to charity and get $400 off Stressless Mayfair recliners in all Paloma leather colors and $300 off most other Stressless recliners. Plus, save hundreds more with $200 off every sofa seat you buy. 'Tis the season to give a little and save big on Stressless furniture. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
We drive everywhere to help our son reach his dream of becoming an elite swimmer. So we enrolled in the Know Your Drive program with American Family Insurance. It gives us discounts for safe driving and other benefits, like emergency roadside service, which comes in handy, no matter where his dreams take him. With Know Your Drive, save up to 20% and get closer to your dreams. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-905-1069. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. Find out how easy it is by calling now. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call Credit Associates now and see how much money you could save for free. Call 1-800-905-1069.
Hi there, everyone. Coming up on Saturday morning, President Trump is doing damage control following the siege on the Capitol. Join us Saturday morning for News 3 Now this morning at 5 and 8.
Accurate news as it happens, right here where you live. Information that you can use from the team you can trust. For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's take a look at Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials down 36 points. The NASDAQ, however, up 108. The S&P 500 up 11 3/4. Let's check in now with Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee on this Friday. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. My markets are even better. We're on a red-hot tear right now as far as corn and soybeans are concerned. I'm not sure if our numbers on the screen will reflect it, but I just glanced again, and we're up double digits on a lot of our soybean contracts. And a lot of this is because Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Time, they're going to release the World Ag Supply Demand Report, so everybody kind of jockeying for a position. You know, at the end of the year brings with it summaries, right? So the Wisconsin Ag Statistical Service came out with a summary of the number of dairy herds that we lost in 2020. And the total amount came in at 360 that we lost. We now have got 6,932 certified dairy herds in the state. Now, that's herds, folks. Doesn't really speak to the size of the cow numbers that we've still got in Wisconsin because that's not gone down. What it is telling us is the remaining dairies continue to kind of grow as far as size so they can continue to pay their bills. Right now, we've got 1.28 million head of dairy cows in the state of Wisconsin, so that number's not changed. Clark County still number one as far as the number of dairy herds that are in place with 714. What I thought was interesting, they note that they started counting dairy herds back in 1950 when they started really monitoring and going out for on-farm inspections. At that time, there were 143,000 dairy herds in the state of Wisconsin. Holy potato bug. Well, you saw what I mean as far as double-digit gains in corn and soybeans, at least for right now in Chicago. We'll wait and see what that World Ag Supply Demand Report does. You might want to lean in this weekend, too. The American Farm Bureau Federation's got their annual meeting. It's all online, like so many things that we're tapped into, but they will be discussing what's happening in Washington, D.C. policy-wise and what's happening with these contracts. Barrel cheese today unchanged at $165 1/4. 40-pound block cheese up 2 at $191 3/4. Double A butter down another penny today at $1.38. But can you imagine that, dude? 143,000 herds in Wisconsin back in 1950. But then again, that could have been 2 cows that people were using
right.
for their personal family, or it could have been more than that. But 143,000.
It's interesting. We lost the number of herds, but the number of cows stayed the same.
Cows, yes, that's for sure.
All right, well, have a great weekend.
You too.
We said go pack, but we don't have to.
Not this weekend.
That's next week.
Go somebody else.
Go somebody else. All right. We'll see you later. Here's Chris with that weekend forecast.
Weekend overall looks generally quiet, but we are going to see more in the way of cloud cover and maybe a chance to see at least a little peek of some sunshine. Weather map across the country right now. An area of low pressure back towards the west. That's leading some snow across parts of the central plains. High pressure remains in control for us. That means our winds are coming out of the north and east off of Lake Michigan. This has actually led to a couple of lake effect snow showers, especially closer towards Milwaukee at some times overnight and into this morning. That should not be a big deal at all. But for us, we're going to be staying on the gray side. Get this, visibility is back up to 10 miles. We're actually able to see the full range of vision that you would typically see because the fog has decided to lift on out. There's the shot of our capital there. 28 our temperature, the wind chill down at 22, so not all too shabby for this time of the year. 32 for our friends in Janesville, Watertown at 28, 28 for Juneau as well. The Dells are at 26. We go over to Prairie du Chien. That's where temperatures are still into the upper 20s at this point. We take you hour by hour, really through the rest of tonight. Here's what to expect. Clouds stay around. Overnight lows fall down to about 21 degrees. Then into tomorrow, we're actually going to keep more cloud cover. Tomorrow afternoon, highs will be into the upper 20s, right around 28, 29, maybe a couple spots right around 30. I want to show you this, though. By Sunday afternoon, we have a better shot to make it 2:30, but this is some clearing that tries to show up towards the north and west, and this model suggests at least a brief period of some sunshine right before the sun begins to set as we move into your Sunday evening and then into Monday. That's where temperatures go down into the teens. Then I watch the pattern as we go into next week. I said this yesterday. I'm going to say it again. We are going to go into a pattern where it's the northwestern sky that we really want to pay attention to. This is Thursday. A system dives in from the north and west and then moves towards the south and east. That could have both rain or snow with it. The models show just a little bit of everything at this point. Then once we get beyond Thursday, I'm watching next weekend. Perhaps another system dives in from the north and west. This is just the pattern that I'm seeing. Details are still to be fine-tuned, but I'm at least seeing a pattern that would suggest chances for more systems to dive out of the northwest along with colder air diving in out of the northwest by the time we get you towards the end of next week and then into the following week. Something to watch closely, but that does come with snow chances and dropping temperatures closer to average. At this time of the year, Mark, our average high is 21. So we are still actually well above average in terms of temperature, especially when you consider that our average low is around 10. So
it can't get much lower than that for an average, can it?
No, that's the bottom out. By the end of this forecast, we hit the midpoint where average starts to actually increase a little bit. But yeah.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, today in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, they're showing us a lighter way to enjoy a popular dessert. Here's Howard.
All this week, we've been looking at ways to eat better. One of the biggest challenges that many of us face is how to satisfy our sweet tooth while staying on track. If you're like me and try to totally cut sweets out of your diet, you'll probably end up cheating after a short while. A better option, use moderation and cut back on sugar and fat as much as possible. Let me show you a to-die-for version of tiramisu that does just that. We start by lining the bottom of an 8-inch square baking dish with ladyfingers and drizzling them with some strong black coffee. On top of that goes a layer of sugar-free instant vanilla pudding mixed with some fat-free cream cheese and a little bit more coffee. More ladyfingers go on top, and we finish it with some fat-free whipped topping and a dusting of cocoa powder. A few hours in the fridge and done. This recipe is actually from our friends at everydaydiabeticrecipes.com. Yes, it's still as decadent as traditional tiramisu, yet it only has 83 calories per piece and less than 1 gram of saturated fat. To get this recipe, as well as lots of other lighter ones, all you have to do is go to our website and type in lighter tiramisu. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a skinnier way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Thank you, Howard. Ahead at noon, more food. Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council is making some cultural dishes with beef, of course. That's ahead.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The price of gold is at a 7-year high. Get top cash on the spot for your gold at Diamond Select. Cash in today while the price of gold is high. Don't miss out. Get instant cash for your gold today at Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
So, how's saving for the renovation going?
All done.
I will never understand how you do it.
Easy. She saves with BMO Harris. We give you a cash reward for every month you save.
So BMO will give me cash for saving money?
You bet.
Can the subject hold position 2, please?
How's this?
That's art.
That makes saving look good. When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect. Get a $5 reward every month you save $200 or more in a new BMO Statement Savings account.
So I can get the latest phones free with no hidden requirements?
Yep, all season long.
And do I have to get the most expensive plan?
Nope, no plan restrictions.
Okay, but we have to trade in our phones.
Right?
Right?
Nope, keep your phones.
Did you say free phone?
Yep, the latest phone's free for you.
Okay, in.
Switch to US Cellular and get the latest phones free, available all season long with no hidden requirements. US Cellular, upgrade to fair.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
Finding the right ingredients for a healthy lifestyle can be tricky. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are here to help.
Our Time for Kids recipe for health experts use online conversations and on-air reports to answer your health questions.
So tell us, what topics would your family like to hear about? What questions do you have?
Use the handy feedback form on our Time for Kids page to share what matters most to your family's health. And together,
let's take time for kids.
At Diamond Select, our on-site goldsmith can create a beautiful, one-of-a-kind piece. Whether it's repurposing an old ring or creating from a picture on the line, we're here to help you create jewelry of your dreams. Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council is showing us a few beef recipes that are quick and easy to make. Here's Angie.
Happy New Year, everyone. I don't know if you feel the same way I do, but I'm just craving easy, economical, tasty recipes that I can make any night of the week. So I picked 2 today to feature that I think fit this bill. Get ready in 30 to 40 minutes, not many ingredients, economical ingredients. So they're perfect for any night of the week here this time of the year. The first one's called our Easy Asian Beef Stir Fry. And actually the recipe calls for 1 pound of topped round steak, which is very economical. But I bought 1 pound of top sirloin because my top sirloin in my store was on sale and it was only $1 more per pound. So I took it and I sliced it. And I actually froze it for 20 minutes and then pulled it out of the freezer, and that made it nice and firm. So it's really easy to slice.
And then I tossed it with a 1/4 cup of just a simple Asian stir-fry sauce from the supermarket, whatever your family likes, or try a new one. 1/4 cup of that. And then with the top sirloin, I just let it sit in that sauce in the refrigerator 2 hours. Now, if you're doing a top round steak, you might want to let it sit in that overnight to tenderize it. Now, I have a tablespoon of vegetable oil here in my hot stir-fry pan, and I'm just going to put in my steak strips. And they only take about 2 minutes to stir-fry, a minute per side. Now, if your pan is not very big and you can't space out all of your stir-fry strips, you might want to do them in 2 batches so they don't steam, because you want them all to touch the pan and not be crowded, because you want them to get really hot and caramelized on the outside. That's how they cook so quick. So just give them a quick turn. And then I went ahead and in the same stir-fry pan, I already softened my vegetables. So I just bought some fresh stir-fry mixed veggies from the deli, from the produce department, and I stir-fried them in a 1/2 cup of water, covered for about 8 minutes, and got them nice and soft and steamed. But you can always use frozen veggies for sure. So the steak is looking good. So I'm going to put my stir-fried veggies back in. And then I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of that same stir-fry sauce that I have on my steak. Some garlic. And that's about it. And then I'm going to let this just sit a minute. Give it a good stir. And that is it. It's about done. Now you could serve this on some brown rice, some white rice, lo mein noodles. I actually have some ramen or ramen noodles because I was going even more economical. So I've got a bit of that. And that is it. That's our easy Asian stir fry. Ready in no time. Fresh veggies, that great top sirloin or top round steak. You could top with some toasted sesame seeds if you like. Now, to buy these ingredients for the recipe, it cost me $13.70. So for a family of 4 for 4 servings, you're looking at $3.40 per serving. Second recipe, easy beef quesadillas. So I took 8 small tortillas and I put 4 down on my cookie sheet, and then I browned up a pound of ground beef and added in 1/2 cup of black beans, 1/2 cup of frozen corn thawed, and a cup of salsa. Mixed that all together and then filled my tortilla shells and with some shredded cheese in there. Bake them in a 400-degree oven about 11 to 12 minutes. That is it. Pull them out, slice them up, and you've got these awesome easy beef, black bean, corn quesadillas that you can serve with a little cold slaw or salsa sour cream on the side. Ready in 40 minutes, and this recipe costs about a little over $3.50 a serving. So perfect, economical, easy meals. Not many dishes to clean up when you're done. So check out beeftips.com. That's our Wisconsin Beef Council website. All the recipes are right there, plus a lot of great other recipes and cookie tips and nutrition information, all brought to you by Wisconsin's beef farmers through the Beef Checkoff. Happy New Year, and I hope to see you guys soon.
You too, Angie. Boy, I'm hungry.
Me too. I was just saying, I wish you were here. One thing that we're talking about in the world of weather is the fact that even though we're cold because it's January, temperatures are still well above normal for this time of the year. And as we go through the next 6 to 10 days, the expectation is that we're still going to see these temperatures above normal, and we can stretch that out a couple of weeks. But by the time we get you towards that 8 to 14 day span, odds favor perhaps more normal temperatures, and what I showed you earlier may suggest below normal temperatures, at least for a time. Precipitation-wise, things appear to be normal until we get to that 8 to 14 day stretch. That's where our rain and snow chances return to the forecast. We're going to be watching it closely.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.